This is kind of a silly question. How come Megatron in Beast Wars always says yes?
Very good question. Very good question. I have to learn how to use a microphone. I'll tell you, I'll answer that question by saying it was in the script, the first script, but there was no, nobody said to say yes, right? There was none of that. There was a passage, I think, and Sue Blue was directing. Everyone knows Sue Blue, the voice director on Beast Wars. She's so great. Love her so much. And it was an end of a sentence, and I think it was something, Commander Ratra, but a pleasant surprise. It shall avail you not. No, side guns. And before there was a speech before that, where he said, yes. And I stretched it out. And Sue, like a meerkat.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Let's do that again. Stretch it out longer.
And so I said, yes. And you see all the meerkats behind the glass. They're all like, that's essentially how it went. And so there was some, you may remember some of the speeches where there was a no. So I, yes, no. So it became, he's a very Shakespearean character, don't you agree? And Shakespeare is all about debate. If I do this, this will happen. If I do that, that will happen. What's the, to be or not to be? That is a question. But there's noble in the mind of sling strings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Take up arms like a sea of trouble. Yes, but it's arguing with yourself. So that's how that happened. Does that answer your question? Yes.
Oh, a treacherous, underhanded sneak attack. Oh, I like you, pussycat. Yes. But it shall avail you not. No. For now the power gauntlet has been cast. Predacons, terrorize!
Do it! Maximize!
Tarantulas, terrorize!
Rhinox, maximize!
Scorponok, terrorize! Red Trap, maximize! Pterosaur, terrorize!
Megatron, terrorize!
Optimus, maximize! Hi, I'm Gary Chalk, and you're listening to who?
Three Black Geeks. Three Black Geeks.
Three Black Geeks. Well, that's just prime.
Perfect.
When it first came out, were like, "Oh, truck, not monk." That just all them in the cars and shit. But like when you actually like sat down and watched, it was like, "Oh, this shit's nothing." All right.
I mean, it's called Beast Wars Transformers. Like, what the hell did you expect,
But guys.
What? I will say this. Interesting enough, I was the only kid in my class that watched that shit, man.
Yeah, you always sound like a person of fucking taste.
I see you're a man of taste as well.
Yes. I was the only one. I'm a man of culture. That it was. Oh man, why you still watching cartoons? All of y'all. Why you still watching cartoons? Y'all still watching old episodes of Doug. By the way, Doug's terrible. Fuck yourself.
Can I point out, this is why I always sit there and tell people don't revisionize nerdom, because I remember there was a time where everybody was watching 90210 on Melrose Place and shit. Meanwhile, I'm watching fucking Power Rangers and I'm the weird one.
You know what I mean? Why you watching Dragon Ball? Because I don't want to watch fucking Dawson's Creek.
And you know, and I hate to be this fucking guy, but like there are high school people that I know. I don't know if I can call them friends, but people that I was aware of in high school, I knew of their existence. I see them now talking about Avengers Infinity War, and I'm side-eyeing hard as fuck going, bruh, I know for a damn fact you ain't never even touched the fucking comic book. Bruh, I remember the day I came to school in a Superman shirt and I got clowned from sideways and had to curse out motherfuckers and go upside some heads. So,
Prime,
X amount of years later, how fucking dare you?
All I'm asking is don't revisionist the history. That's all I ask.
Hey, Prime, you are exhibiting exactly what I went through, as well as a number of us.
What's that gay shit? I'm like, god damn! Like,
no. CJ, you know, because back in high school. You remember that day I came to school with that Dragon Ball shirt that had all of the Z fighters on the freaking cliff and Frieza in the background. Yeah. That shirt that I wore, I caught so many mixed bag reactions. It was insane.
I mean, look, I do, and I bet you right now. I bet you right the fuck now. The people who gave you those mixed reactions, their ass is sitting in brawlers right the fuck now. I guarantee it. They
are. And no, make it even worse. And I got one that makes it even worse. See, the t-shirts, that was just the beginning. When the Hawaiian button-ups came out.
I'll be honest with you. You will be honest with you. I was a nerd, nigga. I never had the button-ups. You know I had the shirt. I never had the button-ups. That was like...
I ain't gonna front. I had a smooth shit that had a gold tiger fighting a gold dragon fighting a white tiger. I ain't gonna lie. I had one.
Oh. I had fake Jin, I had fake Goku, I had fake Hamuro, I had fake who's that, Genjiro? Yeah. That was my favorite one.
Oh, everybody had the Genjiro one, man.
Eris had the silk shirt of that one.
I had Hamuro though. I thought you had Hamuro, Eris.
Dude, I got all of them.
Oh, so you had Hamuro and fucking Genjiro?
Yes.
Oh damn.
Genjiro one is true. Because I had to.
And the one. Hold on. The other one I also got. And I don't know if you remember me wearing this one, CJ, because I only wore it like twice, but I still got it. Freaking what's his name from Kenshin? The one with the huge sword.
Samosuke?
Yeah, Samosuke. I got the Samosuke one with like it's not cherry blossom, but they look like red and white rose petals all around the sleeves.
Yeah.
It was a black and red one with Samosuke. Yeah, I only wore it once. Now guess what? All them people that like everybody to this day that still clown them shits. Guess how much them shirts go for now?
I mean, I still got my Dragon Ball. I was late to the game, so like I didn't get it until we graduated, and I was fucking cherishing them shits. I had a Dragon Ball Z one, and I had a Captain America one.
Now, my favorite one, Eris can tell you my favorite one because I wore that a bunch of times up until like I was like 22. Was that Hamuro one? I had that for a minute. I wore it to death.
I got one last shirt, and this one wasn't even a button up, but it was one that everybody wanted when I came to. I think it was either Anime USA or Otakon. It was one of the conventions. I walked in that convention wearing this shirt, and everybody wanted it, and that was my Dragon Ball baseball tee.
I still kind of want that Dragon Ball baseball tee. I ain't gonna lie.
The only thing I really want right now, and I bullshit you not, Chris. I would order one just to be a nerd. I want to get a Cowboys jersey, put the number 7 on it, and on the back it has like Capsule Corp on the back or something like that. I want a patch of Capsule Corp patch on that thing or something like that. I have a big plan to make a Dragon Ball Cowboys jersey. I just haven't really sat down and really.
I guess the point I'm making is this: I don't mind people enjoying that stuff. And it goes into Beast Wars. I'm like, hey, look, guys, you love Beast Wars now. Fine, but let's not forget the fact that people when that first season was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then all of a sudden, when they talk out,
a lot of people that shitting on it, they were, I would say, a good portion of them were G1 fans that couldn't let it go.
And the writer said and writer said this too. And Prime could probably, and I know y'all can co-sign this. Hey kids, back in the day, there was things called message boards where you communicate with people all the time. And back during those days of message boards, the writers of shows actually did go to message boards to get fan feedback. No bullshit.
They did. Hey, Chris, are we recording yet?
Yeah, we're recording. Yeah, we've been recording.
We've been recording?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was an excellent conversation. I was hoping we are. That being said, D's going to go ahead and say it. D, maximize. Your turn, DJ Sue. Go.
Okay. DJ Sue, terrorize.
Chris.
Jesus Christ.
Chris.
CJ, maximize.
Prime, you're on my side. You're on my side, Prime.
Well, that's just Prime.
There you go. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, God. That is the nerdiest shit I have done in a good minute.
Oh,
really?
give it. We're going to continue. The night's still young, my friend.
No,
the night's still young.
Now you guys know that when the show started to pick up in popularity, there was quite a few people that was saying that shit in schools.
Dude, Gary Chalk, God bless him. Me and Dee's met him at RetroCon and stuff, and hopefully D puts his little voice thing at the beginning of this. Hopefully, I pray to God he does. But Gary Chalk, like, I love the fact that he wasn't trying to be
Peter Cullen.
He just was just himself. He was just like, yo, he was just, hey, this is my spin on Prime, and that's it.
Yeah, his Primal is like an entirely different beast to Prime, whereas Optimus was like the statesman. Was like the statesman leader, the president, the philosopher, all rolled in one. Optimus Primal was more or less a scientist. He was an explorer. Yeah. So if I had to compare them, I would say that Optimus Prime would be the Picard or the Kirk to Optimus Primal's Ben Sisko. Like the two different beasts doing two different things.
Yeah.
Are you saying Optimus Primal is Benjamin Sisko, sir? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he is.
I will say that shit in a minute. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. It would have been awesome if Primal actually had his Sisko in Picard moment. Because I'm sorry, Sisko telling Picard go fuck yourself is like perfect.
All right, because we're not going to talk about this thing any other fucking time. We have to not only talk about Mainframe, we have to talk about Reboot. Real quick, we all seen that shit, right? We all watched it. We watched all of it, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we have.
All right, now my question is this. And actually, no, it's more of a statement. We wasted a lot of fucking time watching that shit.
Not for me. It didn't feel like a waste. I was invested in it.
Not for me either. Yeah. I mean, I always felt like Reboot was like the nice. No, Reboot was like the nice placeholder until I could see Beast Wars again.
Here's not even that. For me, Reboot was. I hate using this word, but it's kind of revolutionary when you really think about it. It opened the door to a lot of stuff being used, man.
It's not kind of. I mean, like, it is revolutionary. I mean, call it a spade, man. It was the first fully CGI cartoon. So it had the birthing pains of that. And it was one of the rare American shows that I can actually point to and say it grew up with its fucking audience. Mm-hmm. The audience got older. The show got older.
It's Canadian. It's a Canadian show, first off.
I'm sorry. Sorry, my bad. Canadian produced. American Air, goddammit.
But you're right, though. No, but you're actually right, absolutely right. And I love the fact you said that. It grew up with its audience. I will give it that.
Yeah.
Actually, Prime, just so you know, back in this day when they were premiering new episodes, that entire morning block of animation was all Canadian.
Yeah. I mean, if you were like me, I saw Beast Wars during that era of Channel 20 when they had like that, the show that's not Mask but it's Mask, and G.I. Joe Extreme.
Oh, you mean Exo Squad?
No. This one was different. I think it was called Vortex or whatever, but it was basically the updated version of Mask.
That show.
Remember
okay.
that shit?
Yeah, it was updated version of Mask. And then the last cartoon on that block was fucking G.I. Joe Extreme, and even as a kid, I was like, what the hell is this?
G.I. Joe Extreme wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but it's like...
I mean, wow, did that just happen, Chris?
But
that just happened?
Yeah, it did happen.
No, did that just happen? Did I just defend one of the shittier products of G.I. Joe? Oh my God!
You want to know? You want to talk?
In the grand scheme of things, though, it wasn't that bad.
It's the
Only
definition
thing
of '90s extreme.
it wasn't
Only
Beast
thing
Wars.
missing was the ninja dude with a bottle of fucking Jolt Cola. Extreme. I'm like, dude, God, chill.
First of all, CJ, that wasn't Jolt Cola. That was Surge.
Surge, my bad. It's a fucking difference.
You
It's
know
the same
what?
damn thing.
You know what? They did that. Look, besides all that, besides the extreme thing, to me, by the time Reboot went through this whole phase, and then remember when they went to Cartoon Network, and all of a sudden Enzo, he got like a beard and shit, and they really didn't change up his fucking character model when you really think about it. All they did was give him Brock Lesnar muscles and kept the same fucking head. That's all they did. They gave him an eye patch.
Minus one eyeball.
Yeah, he did. That's right. He did rock that eye patch.
I ain't gonna say I'm not Enzo no more. I'm Matrix. I gotta be honest with you.
Oh my God! Wait.
I gotta be honest with you. That right there, if it bust a nut, 90s would ooze out because that was cool as shit.
So wait, are you?
You gonna put respect? You gonna put respect on Cable Enzo? Goddammit!
Stop everything. So are you telling me? Because I have not seen this. So D, you're telling me that Enzo becomes an edgelord?
He becomes Cable. As Prime says.
Supreme. He becomes Cable. He literally becomes Cable with his mermaid waifu. I'm sorry, his cosplaying mirror waifu and his red dog.
He only knew for like 2 days before they had to go to the future and shit.
Hey, look! I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
But it's the 90s to a T, is what you're telling me.
And the dog didn't age for shit. I'm like, oh, there you go.
Immaculate. Them T-bones, man, they go a long way in aging. That's always what I hear.
But here's the thing. With Beast Wars, what made it cool was, like, going back to it, the writers actually, during the first season, kind of went to the message boards and was kind of getting cues of, like, oh, these people want the G1 stuff. And they started adding into it because the whole thing for all 3 seasons, the specter of the plot for the whole season was the goddamn Vox. The alien species that basically made all the famous landmarks, like the fucking what's that shit in Ireland? The
Stonehenge.
The Stonehenge.
Yeah, Stonehenge.
Yeah, they made all these artifacts to kind of, I guess, test how society is going to do it, and they didn't expect the Autobots and Decepticons to kind of fuck up everything, essentially.
All right. Now I'm about to go into a quick history lesson, and please forgive me because I'm doing this off the cuff of my head. I didn't think to go do my research and go back and read. Now, the writers of the show, like you say, they did get a lot of input from the fans of elements and things that they wanted to see into the show. Now, this is where we led into a little discrepancy between this being a direct continuation of the G1 cartoon, is that Beast Wars in and of itself, it included elements from the Marvel series, the Marvel Generation 1 comic books, as well as plot threads and elements from the cartoon. Now, anyone who's ever seen the cartoon or read the comic book would know that there is some discrepancy between the two. Such elements as the concept of the sparks, the matrix of leadership, constantly always being in Prime. Like there are some let's just say continuity errors, but that you can't really merge the two.
Transformers Prime, say it ain't so.
Pshaw. Like it's almost like they were making this up as they went along. I mean,
they kind of were. They kind of were, especially when we got to the 3rd season when we just started seeing characters get killed off. And at that point, I thought, okay, who was the asshole in the writers' room that watched Transformers the movie?
I know it, right?
It's the quick tangent. Is the asshole who watched Transformers the movie is the asshole who didn't allow them money to make more CGI models. Fun tangent.
Yeah, but also on the top
initially,
of that, but hold on, but Prime, could you also blame Hasbro on that?
I would say a little from column A, a little from column B, because one huge big tidbit is initially that Optimus and Megatron were supposed to be quadruple changers. That was the initial plan in the show. Optimus supposed to turn into the gorilla and the bat toy that came out for Beast Wars, and Megatron supposed to turn into the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the crocodile / alligator. I forget which fucking animal. I don't fucking know. The green lizard man guy but turn into one of those.
But instead, they opted to turn to.
They realized that shit costs fucking money, so they're like, "Oh, we can't do that quadruple changer thing. So let's just pick the deluxe toys because that's what Hasbro wants. They want people to buy the ones that cost the most money."
So in other words, they had him transform into a dragon in the end.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. That came much later. So if you remember, if you don't remember the initial wave of Beast Wars toys, there was that 2-pack that was basic figures where Optimus turned into a bat and Megatron turned crocodile / alligator. I forget which. Yeah, there was.
I remember there being one. I remember there being one of those.
Mm-hmm. And then Hasbro not Hasbro, Kenner at the time does what Kenner do, and they released different, the same character but at different, what they call scale ranges. So the bat and the alligator were what would be classified as deluxe, and they were a 2-pack. And deluxe figures roughly cost at the time, we'll say the equivalent would be $8.99. So a pack that'll be what, $18 for the 2 figures? Okay. So then they also released the deluxe or the bigger range, which that was the Megatron as the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Optimus as the gorilla. And that was at the time, if I'm remembering off the top of my head, that would be the $22, $25 price range. Somebody correct my math. Check me if I'm wrong.
I think you might.
You're probably right.
You probably are right. Now, Prime, you want to know something interesting? Since I'm over here, since I'm across the pond, I usually step into some secondhand shops, and when I do, every so often, I come across pure gold. And I remember one of the things I caught was a Rat Trap toy, still in the original sealed packaging.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh.
And then another time,
baby.
And another time, someone just came in with some Beast Wars toys and just dumped them, right? So I saw Rat Trap, I saw Dinobot, I saw the Gorilla Optimus Prime and Megatron, and I think the last two I saw was Cheetor and Rhinox.
Yeah.
Ooh. Somebody probably upgrades to the masterpieces.
All, and I'm talking about all originals. These were the originals from the 90s, and I'm like, yo, does anybody know? Like, I don't know like the value of like a Transformers toys like that, but I had a feeling like the Beast Wars ones still cost a pretty penny in this day and age.
I mean,
they were never open.
I'm kind of out of the loop.
Sealed.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of the loop on secondhand market and pricing thing, but it depends on the character and the availability. Like I don't know. It's a bunch of different factors because it came out during the Kenner era, so that's when more people were cognizant of collecting toys and buying things. A lot of the Beast Wars stuff you can probably still find it fairly cheaply loose, or if not at the same price as when it was released in retail, maybe just a couple of $5 to $10 higher. But that again is depending on who the character is and the rarity of the figure when it was released in stores. So I don't know. I can't say.
I mean, now the thing of it is, I said in the past they were dealing with the Vox. I would say first off, before we dive into that whole thing, so the idea.
Oh fuck! Thank you, CJ.
Yeah,
on my side tangent. So
yeah, my bad.
The Beast Wars cartoon is a combination of elements from the G1 cartoon and G1 comic. The Vox being the ultimate evolution of a species called, I want to say, the Swarm. Again, I forgot the research jumping on here. Refresh my memory. Swarm? But I believe that the evolution was, from the Generation 2 comic book. So if I'm trying to remember the storyline with Jaxus. Give me a minute. It's gonna come to me. But the Swarm, its goal was this is their next stage of evolution. And due to their interactions with the Transformers, they went off to do space alien experiments, as you fucking do. And I'm trying to remember when did the time thing come in place? Did they naturally? They could have naturally occurred in time, so they traveled back in time to do their fucking experiments. And I don't know if they knew it was Earth or if they didn't know it was Earth. Again, forgive me, guys. I do my fucking reading up and refreshing myself. But where was I going? Lost my train of thought. Go ahead, CJ.
Basically, Beast Wars is. I want to call it in some instances a love letter to fans of Transformers in general.
I think it was kind of funny because before we even when I was putting together the schedule, I was asking Chris, what's the next thing we should do when it comes to Transformers? Because let's just be honest, as much as we don't show it, we are fans enough of that where we can go back and it's like G1 or Beast Wars. And Chris said X Prime, which came first. And I just like how we just shove all of our Gundam, G.I. Joe, and fucking fucking Transformer knowledge right at Prime. I hate how we do that. But I was like,
use your resources, man.
But you the nigga though for that shit. So you the fucking nigga for that shit. So I don't even get mad. And
I said.
But here's the thing.
I said Beast Wars. I said Beast Wars because I'm a fan.
Oh, I'm a fan too.
Yeah, and I was saying Beast Wars too, but I was like, you know what? Let's go in chronological order. Okay, that shit happened in the movie. What happened next, Prime? Prime said, technically Beast Wars. And he wrote me a long-ass excuse of why.
Because that's the thing. It's
that's the thing. Like, Beast Wars is a sequel that takes place in the past. So in the timeline-wise, it comes first and last.
And that's what makes it so weird, because you have Beast Wars that takes place in the past, and yet the show, in their way of trying to satiate G1 people, we get all this stuff where it's like the show, at least to me, kind of became Back to the Future, where it's like, you guys are just changing shit now.
It did, but they gave a good excuse in the third season, and it's actually in my opinion the best episodes. Is that 3-parter they had where Megatron found the Ark, and he went on there and found all the old G1 Transformers on there, which blew my mind as a fucking kid.
That is the agenda, like, parts 1 through 3, season 2.
Yes, the
agenda finale.
Season 3, my bad.
Yeah, the agenda in season 2 was amazing. That was a really good. It was a really good 3-part series that I enjoyed a whole lot. Just seeing the original Transformers, bro, it's the art.
Shout out to Ravage's accent though. Shout out to Ravage's accent.
Ravage's accent was great.
Smooth butter.
I mean, just the fact that they showed the Ark from G1. And the original Transformers were inside. They were all there.
But the reality of that the machines themselves were bigger than the actual beast. Megatron.
They were
like, holy
bigger.
shit, they're fucking huge.
Yeah,
there's an excuse. There's a perfectly good reason for that.
And something I wanted to point out was this: is how you knew that in the beginning they were going to make up stuff as they went along, because Rhinox said it best. What was it? The transwarp signal that they went through when they were when Megatron chased after them after he stole the golden disc.
Yeah,
could have it had altered things so they could be anywhere at any time. Mm-hmm. They didn't even know that they were on Earth that whole time. Hell, for all they knew, that planet probably wasn't even Earth yet.
No, we didn't know it was Earth until I forgot what episode was in the first season that we finally kind of put 2 and 2 together that it was Earth, because I think you watch it as a kid, you just assume that it's Earth, prehistoric Earth, but I think the show didn't really until midway through the first season. It was like, oh, this is Earth. Holy shit.
The show didn't realize that it was Earth until after the flying island with the aliens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, if not that, wasn't it the end of season 1 when they blew up the moon?
Yeah, that was the other
thing. When the moon,
they dropped hints with the landmarks with shit with like Stonehenge, and there was something else. You're like, is this Earth? Is it not Earth? They were playing the mystery for the long game.
I don't know why they did that too, man. I really, as a kid, I knew it was Earth because the second you saw Stonehenge, it's like, oh, it's Earth.
Yeah.
Why is this even still a fucking mystery, man?
Well, you want to know the biggest dead giveaway that it was Earth? The fact that there's animals from Earth on this planet.
I was about to say, the fucking monkeys that I saw running around.
I'm like, the monkeys, the cheetahs, we're in a different time. And of course,
science fiction. That's whatever.
Sorry, it's post.
I'll allow it.
It's post Jurassic Earth, because how they managed to get the dinosaurs, they just dug up the fossils. Well, I'm sorry, the scanner scanned the rocks and found the fossils of freaking pterosaur and the model and the freaking Tyrannosaurus, which became Megatron.
Well, that was crazy too, because when you look at the makeup of the Predacon and Maximals and stuff, you would think initially Dinobot was kind of like Starscream, but then you realize it's really Pterosaur.
Yeah, Pterosaur's always been the Starscream. No, he's a flyer. He's a flyer for one thing.
At one point, because I always felt that way about Starscream as a kid, because I didn't like Starscream when I was a kid, and I always thought in my head that was actually Waspinator, because I fucking hated Waspinator. He kept fucking dying, and so I don't know. I always took it as just a weird thing I wanted to say, but yeah, it was actually Pterosaur.
Yeah.
But that being said, Dinobot to me actually became probably one of the best Transformers characters. Period. By the time he was one of the best, man.
I'm gonna get to Dinobot in a minute. Now I want to say that yes, freaking Pterosaur was definitely Starscream. You might disagree with me, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say it. What's his name? Scorponok was Soundwave.
I don't know.
He was. Think about it. He could have been.
No, think about it. He was loyal to Megatron, just like Soundwave.
But Soundwave lasted longer.
Nah, I'd give that medal to Inferno. If we're gonna do one for one, I would say Inferno is better.
I mean,
no.
He's fucking crazy. As shit.
Yes, no, but Prime. I mean, like seriously, like really think about it. I'm talking about from the beginning. Inferno didn't show up till season 2 and showed his loyalty. I'm talking about characters. No, think about it. When Pterosaur touched that damn spark and came back on some steroids and blasted the shit out of Megatron, who was the nigga that went down and put Megatron back together?
Here's the point.
Yeah. But still, that being said, who
was Megatron's ride or die bitch though? Literally, till he's torn apart.
Yeah, I mean, it was Inferno. Again, he came later. Hell, if you really want to think about it, there was two Starscreams, if you really think about it. There was Pterosaur and Tarantulas.
I want
Tarantulas effective, so don't you name him Starscream. Don't you do that.
All right. Look. Hey, look, I'm just gonna say I want Inferno to be voiced by fucking Terrence Howard, just like us here for the fucking colony, man. For colony, man.
I mean, if you really want to talk to like Transformers and Beast Wars that I felt got the shit of the stick as the series progressed, it was Scorponok and Pterosaur, because considering that when we got into season 2, everybody got the freaking transmetal forms. Everybody got transmetal forms. I'm like, but Scorponok and Pterosaur don't get anything.
CJ,
they were transforming.
Because go back to what I said earlier. Fucking Waspinator got fucking piece on every goddamn episode.
That was the running gag.
More than anybody.
See, that was the running gag. If anything, that just proved how indestructible. I would say how much of an indestructible spark that Waspinator had.
But he was also the Meg of the Predacon.
That's what I'm saying. He was the Meg. He got the butt in. Like, he was always the butt of the joke. Like every single time. Who gets blown up? Hell, if anything, he became Kenny. He became Kenny from South Park. He had to get destroyed every single episode.
Every episode was the same thing with that nigga. Waspinator will help out Megatron. No. Every episode.
And also, CJ, to go off the other points you made. Everybody was getting transmetal forms except Scorponok and Pterosaur. The both of them were taking a nice lava bath when when that freaking spark storm happened. When that Energon storm went off.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
Then on top of that, seeing the transmetal forms, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh boy, here comes some new toys.
I know, right?
Hey,
like
hey! I got the surfing monkey Optimus Prime as a toy. God damn it! So,
hey, I liked it. I definitely liked it.
I fucking hated Surfing Monkey.
Surfing Monkey.
I did not like Surfing Monkey Prime. I couldn't do it.
I would co-sign with you. I would co-sign with you, but he had a fucking machine gun backpack, man.
Yes,
I can't hate that.
Yep. That shit was nasty, nigga. That shit was nasty.
But then when he got the Matrix of Leadership...
Hey, yo, I forgot what episode it was. He brought that shit out and like laid waste to the fucking Decepticons. I was like, who want more Hollywood coal, nigga?
I mean, and then he put Optimus Prime Spark in him and it was like, yo, I want all the smoke now because I got the Matrix of Leadership.
I know, right?
So y'all coming to the barbecue? Y'all coming to the barbecue, right? Everybody line up.
Yo, because when he fucking pushed up on Megatron in the fucking Optimus Prime form and had the gun coming out of his chest, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, Megatron don't want that smoke right now, so yeah, he want to back down on that shit.
Now, I definitely want to talk about some episodes. One of the probably one of the best episodes in the series. Again, going back to it was the Transmetal ones. The Transmetal, that 2-part Transmetal episode was really good because, first of all, how'd y'all like that last stand between the remaining Maximals and the new Predacons?
Oh man!
Oh, that's fucking Western homage. It was
yes. That shit was sick. And then you had freaking Rhinox. Rhinox, he was chasing sparks in his mind and somehow managed to bring back Optimus.
Oh, I got a question real quick, guys. All right, I remembered. I can't remember who Rhinox was protecting. But I don't know who it was. It may have been Scorpion or it may have been Waspinator or both of them. But this nigga turned around and dumped the whole entire clip into this motherfucker. Who was that got hit with that shit? I can't remember, but I remember the first time I seen it as a kid, I lost my whole shit. I really did.
Was that the Air Razor episode?
It was the Air Razor episode. It was Air Razor because remember, it was only 2 characters that was there was only 2 of them that were around. It was Cheetor and Rhinox. And remember, they found the they found the stasis pod, but that pod that was carrying the body, there was something wrong with it. Mm-hmm. There was something wrong with it. Rhinox was trying to fix it, and then on top of that, he couldn't find there was nothing living around for miles.
And also, the show finally remembered, oh shit, Rhinox actually has chain guns as weapons.
And that was the other thing I remember. That's what it was. The stasis pod was there was something wrong with with that model with the protoform where the spark was gonna die.
Yeah,
and he had to save it by at least finding something. And that good old foreshadowing was that you saw that damn bird. You kept seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's good old Air Razor.
That was a great episode. I'm trying to think.
What was talking about Air Razor? Quick little side fact. Mm-hmm. In the Japanese dub of Beast Wars, they changed Air Razor's gender to a dude.
Yes, Prime. Thank you. I was just gonna say that because we got
that added a whole brand mention to her relationship to Tigatron. So in the Japanese version, it was more like a samurai and his retainer.
Yeah.
Until the episode when they get evapped out with those vines. What's the term I'm looking for? It was a little
let's just say look, Prime, let's just call it what it is. They pulled some zoicide and malachite shit from Sailor Moon.
Yeah, they did.
In reverse. For once Japan did it to America. And I think the reason was what was the reason?
Was it just mistranslation?
No, it wasn't. They knew for a fact that it was a girl. They just switched the gender because I think maybe they didn't think a girl toy would sell.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. I mean, considering the show's demographic and who they were trying to push the show off towards in Japan
at the time.
Now, and I'm so glad that you pointed that out, Prime, because that shit blew my mind the very first time I heard Air Razor talk, and I'm like, whoa, like there's some bass. I'm like, there's some bass up in that voice. What's going on here?
I'm gonna say this though, if you want to talk my favorite episode, because I just love the pettiness of Megatron. That last episode of season 1, Prime is going into space and Megatron locks it and was like, "Yeah, so Optimus, you ain't coming back to Earth. Peace."
Other Voices Part 2.
And all of a sudden you just see Prime says Megatron. I'm like, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. What fucked me up was like, if you watch that explosion in slow motion, in slow motion, you can see fucking Prime's head, screaming head, flying to the fucking camera.
That shit is hilarious.
No, y'all remember the line, "The Beast Wars are over, Optimus. You lose." While pointing at him.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Megatron real quick about saying yes.
No, there is a YouTube video. There's a YouTube. Hold on, dude. There is a YouTube video where it's just a YouTube video called Megatron Yes versus No.
Yo, MK had to be rubbing his balls every time he said yes in the booth. He had to.
Yes. No.
That shit leads to the greatest exchange in anything in fiction ever. When Black and Ragnar asked him one day, "Why do you always talk to yourself?" "Well, I just have a apprenticeship for a conversation."
Intelligent conversations.
This is why I love when Megatron got his Transmetal 2 form, and it was basically a fucking T-Rex that can fly. I was like, well, there you go, folks. There you go.
Yo, what the fuck was that about, man? You know, there had to be a part of me, even as a kid, was like, well, that's just silly. You know what I mean? Even as a kid.
That's where Kid D drew the line.
First of all, hey, D, I don't know what you saw. Me as a kid, I'm like, yo, it's a T-Rex with a jetpack.
I laughed just because it was like, if you had to do something that was simple, that is the simplest shit ever that you could do. It's like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, I know. But no, you know what got it for me?
Would you fuck with a T-Rex with a jetpack?
I would.
You fuck with a T-Rex with a jetpack?
I would. You want to know why? Hey, look, I would. You want to know why? T-Rex still ain't got no goddamn reach. I fuck that nigga up. Right? Like, yo, you go over there, like, yeah, nigga, I got a jetpack. I swing on you, bitch. What? Come on, let's go. I ain't scared of you, nigga.
Hey, CJ, you want to know another really good episode? The first two, the very first two from season 1. When they had that fight on the mountain, that had all that energon inside.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Megatron delivering the line that I will always remember. He's like, "It's over, Megatron." It is never over. My man transformed in front of the energon, already about to take that field build-up, and said, "If I must die, I will take you with me."
Yeah, he was about that smoke. Like, no, nah.
Yes,
my man fired. Hold up, he fired that freaking rocket at Optimus, ready to blow him up with the energon. In comes Dinobot with that pass interference and smack that shit.
Listen. Here's how I knew I loved Dinobot. From the first 5 minutes of the first episode, he was about fucking that smoke with Megatron. Like, yo, Megatron, you ain't shit. Let's fight.
My man said, "Megatron, you took us to the wrong planet. You are an idiot."
Yo, I gotta give it up. As a kid, when Dinobot finally fought Optimus, I was sitting there to myself. I think about it now, and I say to myself, "Wow, yo, Optimus pulled a Goku on that nigga." It was like, "Yo, you're very strong, and I would actually like to be your friend." He went to that whole thing. He's like, somebody I can fight beside. And Dinobot, and look, you gotta think about it, because Dinobot ain't got a daddy. He over there like, "You're right. I respect you."
Actually, D, he was trying to welcome Dinobot into the Maximals without even having to fight at all. Exactly. He said, "Look," my man told him, "Look, you're more than welcome to join us, but you are not leading."
Yeah, I mean, To be fair, too, you also realize the fact that the Maximals were like only 4 deep, and the Predacons were rolling like a fucking football team and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, the Maximals were like a good 4. Yeah, they were a good 4 to the Predacons 6 at the time.
Really did, man. The Predacons, they had about actually they had 8 at that one time, man. They had up to 8 on them at one point, and I was thinking about, so this is just so unfair, but. It wasn't, because when you really think about it, they got rolled every time. They really did.
But you know,
only a few times the Maximals actually took some fucking damage. Really, when you think about it, man.
Now we talk about like the visual images. The funniest visual image was season 2. Dinobot had to ride Rat Trap because Rat Trap was a mini hot rod and shit. I fucking rolled because Dinobot was like, "Fuck, I gotta ride this guy," and I'm like, I mean, how else you gonna leave?
Okay, CJ, you are referring to Coming of the Fusors parts 1 and 2.
That shit was fucking hilarious because, again, I love the tongue-in-cheek nature of how they went straight up like Wild West with Dinobot loaded up with fucking bandoliers of like bullets and shit.
Yo, that was awesome because he told Rat Trap straight up while he asked Rat Trap, "What's the situation? Like, what the hell's going on?" Bear in mind, he had the spark in his. I mean, not spark. He had the golden disc in his back pocket. Because did you like how he showed up? Like, he showed up and said, "Hey, what's the situation here?" And like, where the hell have you been? I've just been checking the perimeter and like nothing to see here. My man pulled down that hatch, slipped that golden disc in there, and just started going for weapons.
Oh man, he loaded up and stuff. I mean, if you really want,
I was gonna ask y'all. At least for me as a kid, did y'all hate Rat Trap as much as I did, but kind of liked them?
You know what? It's.
I had a real legit love hate for Rat Trap. I really did.
Get on my fucking nerves, but I see what you're saying.
I liked his his design when he's like when he's when he's fighting when he's out of his when he's transformed. I like that style actually. I like the way he looks. I like his gun and all the rest of that shit. It's just when he was that fucking rat, I fucking hate him. And also he's an asshole. So I just never liked, I don't know, man. I had a love-hate.
I mean, he was cool. I just like him. I think when Dinobot joined the team, it definitely provided their banter, and it worked.
Now that I got Prime here, hey, Prime, is that Jazz?
What, Rat Trap?
Is Rat Trap Jazz?
No. I wouldn't say Rat Trap is Jazz. If he was anyone, I had to say in G1, he'd either be Cliff Jumper or I would give him Brawn.
I would have gave him Ratchet.
No, that's Rhinox.
Yeah, Rhinox.
No, wait. Hold on. I thought Rhinox was, what's his name? Because Ratchet...
Don't say Ultra Magnus. I'm like, no. Rhinox.
No, hell no.
I felt that was, what's the name, man? God, I keep on forgetting the name. Not Panthro. What's the name?
Tigertron.
Tigertron, thank you. Tigertron. Always took that as Tigertron, but not really. I don't know. It was weird. Don't ask.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I got that. I got that. Hold on. I got that. I had that backwards. I had that.
He's Comer.
Hey, Prime. I had that backwards. I didn't mean to say Ratchet. I meant to say Rat Trap was Ironhide.
You know, I would say Rhinox is Ironhide. I give you that.
Rhinox is Ironhide. Hold on.
He's a combination. I would say Ironhide Ratchet because he's the scientist and he's also the fucking Brawn.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Who said Beachcomber?
I did. Tigertron, environmentalists. They pacifists.
Yeah,
that's 1 for 1.
You're right.
And according to Tigertron, this is my programming. Like my programming was seemed to have been a little screwed up. I seem to be more animal than maximal.
If we really think about it,
I will remain. Use that as your excuse. Use that as your excuse to fuck tigers. We believe.
Right?
Okay, sure.
This nigga did pussy, man. Nigga did for some pussy, man.
Yo, did you see how much Tigertron was on this? Yo, fuck this war shit. He lost his when he lost his best friend.
Yep.
Best friend. Best friend. Sure.
He really had that look like, Nah, I'm done.
Megatron, where you been at? Out. You fucked another animal today, didn't you? I didn't. No. How? No. I was out in nature. It was beautiful. I didn't feel like a Maximal. You fucked a tiger. Just admit it.
Even Cheetor,
Hold on. I did. Well, that's just Prime.
I mean,
And the only reason we're saying is folks listening at home. Folks listening at home. In case you didn't know, so the writers came out and had said, not directly, but they had said that just like in Generation 1, when the Maximals and Predacons transformed, when Optimus Prime transformed, they had the working parts and moving of whatever car. So like they had the wheels, the tires, the engine, and all that. Well, they said, well, conversely, when the Maximals and Predacons transformed, they transformed into functioning animals, and they said, read into that as you may.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, look. Imagine that. No, really. Just imagine that. All right, guys, as you see in front of us, it looks like the Predacons have set themselves up everywhere. What is it, Retro? You got an erection again, man. All right.
Hold on. Give me like 5 minutes. Hold on, wait.
Meanwhile, fucking Cheetor is looking like it be your own man's. It be your own man's.
Nah, Cheeto over there cleaning himself. Like, dude, you gotta do that in front of us. Yeah, I don't want to, but I have to. You know what I'm saying? You can't smell that shit.
Cheetor, aka the fucking bumblebee of the Maximals. I mean,
actually, just constantly licking his dick.
Meanwhile, like, hey, here's Rat Trap. Hold on, here's Rat Trap breaking the fall when he talks to Cheetor. You know, when you talk, you sound like Goku.
Hey, like he said, oh yeah? Well, every time you talk, you sound like a really, really weak Charlie Atler doing chicken. Damn! And I like Scott McNeil, nigga. And I like Scott McNeil.
I was waiting for
I'm not going to stand here. I'm going to stand here and listen to Duo Maxwell slander. How dare you, sir?
That's what I was just about to say.
Slander? How is it slander? How's that slander?
Never mind the fact that man is working his ass off in this show when he's Rat Trap and Dinobot talking to him.
And Silverbolt.
Him as Dinobot is awesome. Him as Dinobot is flat out awesome though.
What's more funny is Silverbolt though.
Him as Dinobot / Piccolo.
Yeah. I mean, look. Him coming in as Silverbolt and having to do a three-way conversation between Silverbolt, Diamondbat, and Rat Trap is a work of art.
I mean, nothing but fucking respect. Nothing but.
Yeah, and I do too. I just don't like his Rat Trap voice. I really don't.
It's like, yeah, I don't like the blacks. Oh, you know that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly from Brooklyn, but I'm not exactly from Jersey. That type of voice, like a Canadian trying to sound like a New Yorker.
We love you, Scott McNeil. We would love.
I love Scott McNeil, and I fucking mean that. I really love him. I
really hope he hits the con circuit again, so I can run into him again. Because I actually caught him leaving. It was a Saturday. He was leaving Otakon, and God, this was like 2005 when I met him, and he signed my badge.
So that's awesome, man. Yeah. Scott freaking McNeil, like I said, I like him, man. I really do. Yeah. But yeah, I really hated that voice.
Now, I will say this though. So one character that I low key love because he was sniveling, but you kind of wish that they did more with him. Tarantulas. The fact that we kind of figured that, Tarantulas isn't really, and he really isn't a Decepticon per se, and just the fact
there's a lot of that switching back and forth during that time. Remember, they start off as the only way you knew they were going to be Predacons is just by their name. That's how I felt like to me.
But like he's a Decepticon, but then like he knows about the Vox because they have history, and I'm like, can you give us some backstory? That'd be nice.
Well, it's because, like, for one thing, he found the records of the Golden Disc. Like, the Golden Disc were like
that shit was like the get out of jail free card to me. That Golden Disc.
The Golden Disc was like the internet, man. They found there was so much shit that everybody wanted to learn and decipher. Like Dinobot managed to figure it out. Tarantulas tried to get a hold of it, but Black Arachnia got to it first and then destroyed it.
That was by the way, that was my bitch in the show, Black Arachnia was my girl, man.
I think everybody loved Black Arachnia.
I just love the evolution. I love the evolution of her character because apparently there was going to be a plan where her and Airraiser were actually going to be on some girl power thing and be like, "Yo," and they didn't do it.
Speaking of which, early internet try to look at Black Arachnia. I have never looked her up ever since then.
No, look. People don't understand. Message boards were wild as fuck back then.
I'm a man of stronger constitution than you, D.
Wow. hey, yo. There's way too much spank material for that chick. And it's like, yo, look.
Too much. I say not enough.
It really was off.
Look. And you're talking to a nigga that like hentai. Yo, that's too much of that shit.
Can I be real about this? I mean, and maybe y'all might agree with me. I feel once it got to Beast Machines and it went Uncanny Valley with the fucking designs, that's when it really ended up.
Look, you know what? That's a good look. I know we're not going to talk about it, not at all, because I don't even know the fucking plot, nothing. You know how D fell into it accidentally? I was watching it. All of a sudden, I see this ugly ass rat. Like, that's a rat trap? Ew, why does Optimus look like that? And then you saw the big giant head of Megatron, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I never watched.
I tell you what, I tell you what happened. Damn fucking Didito. That's what fucking happened.
Oh, yes.
Really?
I was just
hold on. Stop. Hold on. Did you just say Dan DiDio?
He did fucking Beast Machines. Yes, I fucking did. And his main mantra was like, he told his fucking writers, "Oh no, you don't have to watch Beast Wars to write this show. Really, Dan, we don't have to watch the prequel show."
Wow.
That explains everything about that show.
Hey, Prime, hold on. Hey, hold on a second, Prime. Right there, when that happened, that's when I said, I bet. Like, hey, all y'all that shit on Beast Wars, you owe it an apology.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. That being said, hey, Prime and Chris, y'all gonna laugh like a motherfucker like this. Are you serious? That happened? Wow. That explains not only Beast Machines, but that explains about 85% of New 52. So yeah.
Fucking Dan DiDito.
So D it's like this. So D, what made it out of there? Deathstroke, Green Lantern. I don't know. I'm looking at you, Brian. I think he made it. That one, I like Green Lantern New 52. That was good.
No, New 52. And I say
yeah,
this all the time.
Sinestro and Hal buddy cop series. Yeah, I like that. Like, there's some shit.
Hold on.
Don't get me started. Please don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Hey, nigga, Sinestro New 52. Ooh, that's the tits, nigga. Woo,
nigga, please don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Anyway, yeah.
All I'm saying is, you're gonna do 52. You're like, huh? So Batman still has his continuity. And
I'm still sitting there. Dan, excuse me, Dan. I'm still fucking waiting because you said these events still happen. Excuse me, Dan. That's impossible because Kyle can't be here. And he can't have been there on the Justice League at the same time. Explain yourself, nigga.
Prime turned into fucking Charlie. Prime turned into fucking Charlie from His Always Sunny. Got the fucking maps with lines drawn.
Hey,
this is the shit that I talk about with comic books where shit constantly repeats itself. Because you remember back in the 80s when they rebooted everything for Crisis on Infinite Earths, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't touch Green Lantern and they didn't touch Batman. Why? Because they were the two of the highest sellers. Well, what happens in New 52 in the universe? Same fucking thing. Green Lantern and Batman are their constant, consistent sellers. So let's not touch their fucking continuity. But wait, they're all their history. It doesn't fit in with the new history. Yo, shut the fuck up and cash my check.
Shut the fuck up. You're going to love the Batman.
You're going to eat this dick, bitch.
Can I at least get the lube? Put that cat back in that lube and shut the fuck up. Take the dick.
Yo, it's amazing. No, for real. I always hate that shit. I really do. This is not even my comics. This is back on. This is back onto the Beast Machines. I totally that feeling. I'm being real. I'm not even overstating it. I still remember that feeling of looking at it and being totally lost and being totally turned off and being just like, ew, it hurt my eyes.
I felt I got stabbed in the back, literally, man.
Here's my thing with Beast Machines. Like, if I were to take Beast Machines, pull it out, put it into a void, and just look at and just dissect the elements by itself. If this was a series that took place and still on its own, that had no ties at all to Beast Wars, you know what? It wouldn't have not been that bad. If these are entirely brand new characters on Cybertron doing a whole brand new thing, it had some interesting character dynamics. It did some interesting things with Transformers lore. It did some interesting things on Cybertron as a whole. But when you pull it out and you put it back in continuity, when you put it with Beast Wars and you put it with G1, you're like, what is this steaming pile of shit? How fucking dare you?
That is ultimately the problem with anime, like with a lot of shows in general. Prime,
when things get too good,
when things either get too good, and then you try to bring out the next show and act like, I could do this better than them.
I mean, and that's
you have failed this city.
And that was the thing. It's like when you watch the first episode of Beast Machines. Because bear in mind, when I saw Beast Machines, I totally forgot how Beast Wars ended, and I forgot they did have Megatron attached to it. But then you watch Beast Machines, and you know the behind-the-scenes stuff, and it's like, damn, you guys really just said fuck plot. Just
you know what?
Hey CJ, you said it. CJ, you just said it best yourself right there. When you said, "I forgot how Beast Wars ended," that's what they were hoping you would say.
but the fact that I picked up on that, but the fact that I picked up on that it was still bad tells you everything to know about the show too. It's like this doesn't feel
that was
right.
Like written in red on the corkboard in the office. Do not remember Beast Machines. Circle in the red, we're good to go. And then that's another thing. Like if the show was completely on its own, if you open it with the show with a group of Transformers stranded on Cybertron, with it taken over by a hostile force and they've lost their memory, doesn't that sound kind of fucking cool? Doesn't that sound neat?
You can go with that idea. And that's the problem. They were hoping that, like you said, not only they were hoping, they didn't care. Because how often as kids we got that feeling from certain cartoons, man, and certain type of media where it's like, you're a stupid kid, you don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they were kind of hoping on. And I think they was hoping on the fact of the name, kids will hop on it anyway, and you'll just eat any fucking thing we give you.
Apparently we respect. And look, and don't get it twisted. It goes back to what Prime was saying about Optimus Primal in Beast Wars. He was a scientist first, so it's like on the surface of Beast Machines, I guess Prime being a hippie is fine. He's a scientist, fine, I guess. But like, it's still kind of fuck with whatever all the setup that they did for him in Beast Wars. And it's like, what? No, don't do this show. No, nah. You're just
and it's like a standing joke. That's probably the reason why, spoiler alert, they killed Tigertron in Beast Wars. Because if Tigertron made it back to Cybertron, he would have figured out the Oracle message in like 5 seconds.
Because he's fucking Tigertron. He was always one with the Earth. So it's like, yeah.
One with the Earth and nature, like, I understand what we're supposed to do.
But Prime, let's go. We wouldn't have got 2 seasons of Beast Machines. That shit would have been one episode. Oh, Tigertron figured it out. Let's go. We're done.
Exactly. All right.
Actually, CJ, didn't they already try to kill off both Tigertron and Air Razor in Beast Wars?
They brought back real quick for season 3 because, spoiler alert, folks, because they were trying to get a toy out in time. That's why Tiger Razor, Tigerhawk only was in 2 episodes and then got killed because they didn't have a toy out in time.
It was 3. He got his intro episode. Oh my, he got his intro episode. Then he got Nemesis Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah, and because he didn't have a toy out in time to really have him as part of the mainstay cast. So that's why they killed him, because, he didn't have a toy, and then like 2 days later after he got killed off, the toy came out at KB Toy Stores and Toys R Us.
And you know what that could get? That's too, man.
And that's always
stupid ass kids.
Yeah. And that was always the funniest bit to me. That's what I knew. I'm like, yo, they are taking some serious cues from like from the Transformers movies, because we are seeing characters get dropped.
No, but here's the thing too. But they also had some good ideas, because I love the idea of like one of the Transformers. I think was it Predator X or whatever. That was the one that was like
Protoform X.
Yeah, Protoform X. That was that ended up being, was it Ravager or whatever?
I think he became
Rampage.
No, Rampage. Yeah, Rampage.
Rampage. Wasn't Rampage? It was R.
Giant Crab.
Yeah. But what I loved about it is you found out, the Autobots weren't shit. Because they were really like, we're about to ready to put this dude on death row. And I was like,
they were. And hold on. And cue that flashback scene where we see Optimus shaking his head.
Yeah. like, I didn't approve of this shit. Well, hey, dude, your boys did, so guilt by association, dog.
That's why they call that episode Bad Spark.
But the idea that you could split a spark and he used that to make Dinobot 2.
That was crazy. Like, and speaking of Dinobot, because I said I was going to go back to it, why Dinobot ended up being one of my favorite characters of all time in Beast Wars is Code of a Hero.
Nigga, he took a fucking stick and a rock and fucked people up.
No, never mind.
Dinobot died for our sins.
That's what I'm saying. That needs to be the meme, not Optimus Prime saying I died for your sins. Bro, he broke the disc. But hold on. It was the start. My man called the Maximals and said, "Yo, the Predacons are here. Megatron is setting fire to this forest, which is supposed to bring about the human race. And if that happens, it's going to change history. Everything is going to change. We'll be there. Like just hide somewhere until we get there. Fuck that. I'm taking them on." Keep in mind, he wasn't even a Transmetal or nothing. This was good old Season 1 Dinobot fighting off all the new tech.
Yeah.
And
all
just dropping it.
Roll on.
Fun fact. Do you know that's the only episode of Beast Wars that was storyboarded?
Get out of here.
Only that one?
Only that one.
Wow.
No bullshit.
And you know what? Good on him. It deserved
it. You can probably tell when you think about it, especially that sequence where he's taking all the new tech on.
Yeah.
Did you like how he used his weapon as a freaking glider? My man jumped out of he jumped off the cliff. He used his weapon to freaking float down and started blasting everybody left and right.
Yo, no, but y'all forget the fact that at the start of the episode, he literally had one of those thought-provoking moments about like saving humankind and stuff. I was like, there's, introspectual, Dinobot just thinking about this.
He gave me one of my favorite fucking speeches on free will versus determinism when he said it's no matter how hard I'm paraphrasing, no matter how hard he tried to fight it, every choice still led him to this point, and it's ironic that in the end that he really had no choice at all.
Yeah,
because he wasn't gonna let them die. So,
he said, for the first time in my life, I've been given the choice to realize that I have no choice. I am a warrior. Hold on. I am a warrior. Pull the sword. Let the battle begun. Oh my God!
And a billion boners popped across the nation.
Raging boner.
Massive in the air. Salute.
That is without a doubt one of the greatest written episodes.
Look, Dinobot was already my dude because he had I-beams, and nobody else on that whole Beast Wars saga had I-beams.
The best thing about it though, he gets and when this nigga go out, he gets the fucking Spock type death where he's talking to all the Autobots. Man, it was just so touching. You became friends to me.
And it was even to the point that when we got Dinobot 2, as soon as Ravage got killed, Ravage, right? Rampage, my bad. He got killed. All of a sudden, Dinobot 2 managed to kind of have his old version of it back, because there was actually going to be an episode that they didn't do, where Rat Trap was actually going to bring back Dinobot by doing the same thing that Rhinox did to bring back Optimus.
Huh.
Yeah, you're right.
And they didn't go through with it and stuff, and they just opted to go with Dinobot 2, kind of realizing that, this isn't right, and he ends up getting killed, essentially too. So yeah, it was a lot of good ideas floating around and stuff.
And did you notice that they did? Wait. Did you notice that they did that? Like Dinobot's old memories, kick in right after Rampage was destroyed.
Kamikaze by Depth Charge, by the way.
Right, dude. That shit was sick. They brought in Depth Charge and all these characters that seemed really cool were only around for 2 episodes and they were gone.
But to Depth Charge's credit, though, he was bounty hunter, so look, that was gonna happen anyway.
That's true. He really did not care about the war between the Maximals and Predacons. He's like, it's a
means to an end for him.
I only came here just to get Rampage, kill him, and call it a day.
I guess I'm a Maximal then. Shit, fuck it,
I think the one thing that you want to talk about boners, the biggest boner I think that probably happened on that show for a lot of fans was that dumbass episode where Starscream's spark came down.
Woo, man!
Yes.
1 million G1 fans popped the boner that episode.
It wasn't Starscream though. I agree with a lot of people. That wasn't really Starscream. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was him, but that wasn't him.
Close
Did
enough.
you, hold on. Did you like how when his spark took over Waspinator's body, lightning, the lightning struck and we saw Starscream for like a hot second.
I mean, the fact that he made Waspinator still fly way better than what he normally does and stuff, and just the aspect that he
Waspinator flies like you would think. Think of the worst Uber driver you ever had. He's talking on the phone though.
I mean, but like what made it cool? What made the episode cool was that even Starscream was still doing that because he lied to fucking both the Predacons and Maximals about like how he came to be, and not tell them, "Hey, dog, Galvatron killed me." Basically, but he never told him that. It's like, okay, well, cool.
Actually, it was Black Arachne who figured it out. She was like, "Yo, I read your file. Like, you were not killed by freaking Unicron. You were destroyed by Galvatron after you betrayed him."
She's like, "Shh, don't tell him." Jesus.
Are you guys putting my business? Why you got to put my business out there?
And
why you got to put my business out there?
And it wasn't even that. My man jumped in their face and said, "Galvatron was a fool. I deserve to lead."
And that balling ass crown too. It was gold. It was balling.
I'm surprised she didn't look at him and say. I'm surprised she didn't look at him and say, "Starscream, that's just bad comedy."
That's just bad comedy.
Just bad comedy.
Oh,
for real. I am so mad I wasn't on the episode because I wanted to say that was one of the greatest roll-ups in anime history. I mean, not anime history, animated history.
Megatron, is that you?
Megatron, is that
Here's
you?
a hint.
Here's a hint. Which, by the way, I'm still tracking down that Starscream with the crown toy. I need that. I still
love that moment where, what was it? When that freaking rocket was flying towards Starscream, and Optimus dipped out quick by saying, "Hasta la vista, Starscream, dip."
Hey, I will say this though, low key, another interesting episode that I thought was cool that kind of played into it was when the Maximals, they were stuck in their animal forms and they were kind of starting to go savage.
Okay, I know that one. The Road Home. That was another one of my favorite episodes. They were completely blind.
And Tigertron had to be the one to kind of be like, hey, here's how you can be one with it. And I'm surprised, again, going back to us saying that Tigertron fought the Tiger. I'm like, yo, so...
No, it wasn't... No, wait, hold on.
Tigertron.
No, it wasn't. It was Rhinox, because it was three of them.
Okay, I thought it was Tigertron.
It was Dinobot. No, it was Dinobot, Rhinox, and Rat Trap. All three of them were blind.
No. I'm talking about when they were all like savage as animals. That
that episode.
Yeah. It was Call the Wild.
Okay, Call the Wild.
The one that was blind was good. I ain't gonna fucking deny that shit. Yeah, Call the Wild was the one that fucking Tigertron had to tell him, "Hey, look, I'm always in animal form." I'm like, gee, I wonder why.
But Tigertron wasn't part of that episode. It wasn't one of the ones that was blind though.
Oh, the one that was there was blind. That was interesting because I'm like, you guys are robots. How can you be blind? What's going on here?
They got GP. Oh yeah, don't sound like.
Yeah.
They had nothing. They couldn't even. They were still able to transform, but they still couldn't see. And it wasn't until Rhinox said, "Yo, picture a targeting grid in your head, like we use in practice simulations." And I like how my man Rhinox went all Dalsim on everybody. He goes straight up Dalsim. Here come the Flyers. You got freaking Waspinator, Pterosaur. They were getting ready to try to shoot down the Maximals while they were blind.
Yeah,
my man Rhinox giving out freaking codes. My man giving out freaking Game Genie codes talking about Dinobot Vector 548, and he knew exactly where to point.
That's the thing about Rhinox. When he was in an episode and it was front and center, he fucking showed out because when he was trying to get Prime back and he choked out Dinobot, I was like, oh shit, he flexing. God damn.
My man choked him out and said, "I'm in a bad mood."
I just never figured Rhinox had it in him, and then I was like, oh shit, he choked him out. God damn.
Speaking of Rhinox and shit, Rhinox has very interesting episodes. There was the episode where Rhinox went bad. There was the episode where Rhinox had a cold. There was
apparently him having a cold was fucking up to where he could probably be a potential danger. And I'm like, interesting.
My man was sneezing all over everything. And then bad Rhinox probably had like the coolest color scheme ever.
Yeah, and also because they need to sell toys, we have to mention the fact that Cheetor got another fucking form.
Oh yeah, freaking Feral Scream. That was a good one. First of all, he was thirsting. He was thirsting after Black Arachnia, and my man Silverbolt, my man Silverbolt was getting jealous. But at the same time, Black Arachnia wasn't making it any better because she was flirting with him. And when he finally just snapped and couldn't take it anymore, he just took off. And everybody, I think only a few Maximals went looking for him. And then he transforms, and my man went straight up feral.
That's the wild part about those two is that, like, when they went into Beast Machines, they were trying, before they kind of switched over and they found out that one of the, I think was it Thrust, was like fucking Silverbolt and shit. They were really trying to pair, like, Cheetor and Black Arachnia for a minute in Beast Machines.
Yeah, they tried to do that.
I remember that distinctly and stuff, but yeah, it felt like once it got to season 3 and they were starting to add in things, I was like, it seems like you guys are starting to run out of certain things to do now at this point. So it's like, all right, might as well go on ahead and start ending this and stuff. I mean, hell, Black Arachnia got her fucking Transmetal 2 form right close to the end of the series at this point, and I was like, I guess it's better late than never, I guess, you know. So, I think did we hit any high points?
I'm trying to think, other high points from the show. Oh yeah, seeing the aliens show up from the Other Voices episode where they took on the form of Unicron, and you thought Unicron came back.
That blew my mind.
No, but seeing Unicron anyway come break through the clouds and shit, it looked weird to me, man. Like, you really like looking at it again, that CGI has not aged well.
Well, just the fact
freaking Optimus was tied up. He sees the alien show up, and he goes, "Unicron, you're alive."
It's like, no,
this is just a projection. We could take on the form that would suit you best. We figured this form works.
That fucked my head up as a kid because I actually legit thought that Unicron was basically the head of all this. I was like, yo, shit, Unicron did all this? Huh. Interesting. Kind of fucks the timeline up, but all right, cool. I guess, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, don't know if we really hit up on anything else on Beast Wars.
It was really cool. Just like going back and seeing that show again, just was always good for me.
Well, because I mean, it's like. And I think maybe that's why it's like when you get other Transformers series that came after it, it's like, how could you... Cause I think Transformers Prime was probably the one that like I felt was like the next one that really did a good job in terms of like actual Transformers stories, essentially to me at least. Because I mean, I watched all the Transformers Prime, and I know they took a little bit of its inspiration from the movies, I guess from the design standpoint. But that whole fucking series was dope. So it's like, you're kind of hard pressed nowadays to get any sort of like Transformers stuff property wise that's actually like good on the story and stuff, unless you play like the Fall of Cybertron games and like I said, Prime, or maybe Transformers animated a little bit, I guess.
I don't know. There's some good things out there. I mean, we'll be if we didn't mention the IDW comic who's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of it when it first started airing, but now I'm kind of warmed over to Cyberverse.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still I'm definitely glad that I was here to enjoy the Transformers Expo back in 2014. They had like everything Transformers from every generation. They even took the time to recreate like a giant diorama of Chicago, like of destroyed Chicago, that you could walk through. Because this is during the time when that movie was coming out.
Oh wow! And
it was sick. It was so insane. Just seeing all of this Transformer stuff. That's why I'm glad I got that souvenir. I still got that souvenir Transformers Expo towel that they gave out to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. Like I said, I always tell people, definitely watch Beast Wars. Hell, buy the fucking DVDs, because I think Shout Factory put out the DVDs, if I remember correctly.
Yep, they did.
Yeah,
they put out a second set, and it's fairly affordable.
Oh yeah, if you want, and look, those DVDs, they do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. That's, to me, that was worth the price of buying those DVDs. Is all the behind the scenes stuff. They're very thorough with the behind the scenes stuff about Beast Wars, from the story and the voice actors and all that stuff, because you can really tell that this team. And I mean, I think a lot of shows, they are kind of sort of doing that today and stuff, where it's like sometimes I don't think fans have necessarily a problem if you do something different, but you should still recognize the stuff that matters. And I think them kind of like, all right, we'll throw some G1 stuff in it, but we're going to still do our own thing. It worked out for the best, ultimately.
Yeah, and could they even do another show like Beast Wars again?
I mean, didn't they do a Beast Wars 2 over in Japan or something like that?
Yeah, during the Beast Wars, there was an entire the Beast era where they had Beast Wars 2 and Beast Wars Neo. Because they're in the downtime when they were waiting for Mainframe to finish animating season 2 and 3.
Well, what I mean is, like, could you see Beast Wars being done today?
No.
Yeah.
Because of the fucking movies.
Yeah, the movies.
Yeah.
The movies kind of like,
because
if you remember, they also too. Now Prime could probably confirm this. You remember Transformers Animated, where they had like the Autobots were robots, but like somehow like Megatron was like a dragon or some shit.
No, that was you're thinking about Robots in the Sky.
Yeah, Robots in the Sky.
Car robots.
Yeah, that one and stuff. That was weird. It was like, so there's Decepticons, but then there's Predacons. I mean, I knew Predacons existed in G1 to an extent, but like,
yeah,
that was kind of weird to me. Yeah, that was weird to me a little bit how they threw that off.
I always thought that was.
So again, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. So the in-universe reason is that for whatever reason, I don't know. The Predacons took the name of, the Decepticon team, the Predacons who formed in the Predaking, and the Maximals took the name of one of the greatest Autobot generals, Fortress Maximus. That's the justification. I'm trying to remember whether they're ever given a concrete reason why they took up those as the fraction names. Again, it's escaping me at the moment. I probably know, and I probably fucking forgot.
Yeah.
But those were where the names come from.
That is interesting. Yeah. Which, by the way, if we want to talk toys, I saw you put that thing up on Twitter with the Optimus Primal. I'm like, I gotta find to see if I still have my old Optimus Primal toy somewhere.
I never had none of the toys. I always wanted to I don't know. Again, I always wanted the Dinobot.
I just had Surfing Monkey, and I had the original Optimus Primal, and that's it.
See, that was going to be called Surfing Monkey.
We're still sticking with that name, Surfing Monkey.
I will forever call it, because it was just fucking hilarious to me. It's like Optimus Prime surfing. I'm fine with this. I'm perfectly fine with this.
Well, if you want a Dinobot, I highly recommend you get the Masterpiece Dinobot. It's very nice.
You're trying to break my pockets, aren't you, Prime?
Look, I'm just calling what it is.
You're an enabler there, right?
You're trying to make that homeless. That's what you're trying to
do. No, D. You haven't been on our episodes too much. Aries, you haven't sold this. As soon as toy people started inducting this whole thing of payment plans for toys, they fucking had everybody by the balls at that point.
Oh, yes.
It was a wrap. It's like, oh, I can do payment plans. God damn it. I hate you.
R.I.P. your wallet, my guy.
Yeah, hey, look, don't be surprised if I end up tweeting you a picture of it and I'll be like, God damn it, Prime, I hate you, but I love it at the same time.
Again, I have to say it. I like seeing that shit, I had to say it, not like this.
I know, right? Not like this at all.
Not like this at all.
But you know who's saying that? That's my Bank of America account looking at me like, not like this, Chris. Not like this at all. It's like, well, sorry, you got to get that money out.
Hey man, somebody's got to get that figure, man. Might as well be me.
I'm just gonna push the blame to Prime, and Prime be like, "Don't look at me. I just told him about it. I didn't tell him to buy it. I just told him about it."
I I'll allow it. I'm not gonna be the only one to suffer alone. There must be other people who down.
I mean, like, man, like, did you have to spend the money, Chris? It was by itself, or some excuse like that. It was by itself. It was alone.
Years down the road, I'm just gonna tell my kids, yeah, your dad back in the day, he had to get this Dinobot here. It was worth it, kids. It was worth it. Oh my god. But anyways, that's it for Beast Wars, man. This fun getting Primus on here to wax on about Beast Wars and stuff. I was kind of shocked that his internet was still kicking, because internet has been whooping our ass on the Power Rangers shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, show? God damn it.
Can't do shit. I'm pretty sure the only thing keep me connected online right now is just pure force of rage, because it was trying to act up a little bit earlier, and I went down, I fucking pointed at the modem, and I said, you bet the fuck not.
Prime just looking at it in furiousness, and it's like, all right, cool. Fine. We'll see Tuesday when we record Kamen Rider. They're gonna be like, all right, Prime, we'll cooperate this time.
I was gonna say, I have to congratulate us again by getting, not only using Prime in the right, in the right capacity, but showing how nerdy we all can be, because we're talking about, really, when you think about it, it's a kid show. It's the kid show.
It was the best kid show.
I mean, for real. We just had to, talk about how awesome this show was, and I thought that was all. Just had to mention that, man, because this is something I really wanted to do for a while.
I am never ashamed of talking about things that I'm passionate about or things that bring me joy, and neither should anyone else.
Yeah, that's what I keep on telling. That's what I say to everybody. And I told that to my sister. My sister's like, I don't know why you do that shit. I'm like, what? Talk about shit I like? She's like, yeah, but like, yeah. See, now you sound like the bad guy.
But
don't you feel like a jackass?
But see, D, here's how I knew that that we really kind of opened it up to everybody. When we started talking about Sailor Moon, and it was three of us, and we had Diva on, God rest her, love her to death. It was like, people were really like, y'all watch Sailor Moon? I'm like, and you didn't?
And I'm like, yeah, that's what I was going to say. You didn't watch it?
And then you got all these dudes coming like, yeah, man, that shit was hot, man. Niggas be faking and shit.
How are you shocked that there are guys that watch Sailor Moon? I'm like, yeah, we watched it. I mean, I'm just sorry.
Like, we watched anything at the time anyway, so it don't even matter. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Not ashamed of it. She you like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Don't just talk about it, man. Get it off your chest. Tell me how nerdy you was when you did it.
That being said,
it's like wait a minute. Are you getting off to this? Maybe.
That being said, I mean, I know this may be kind of a tie-in, but are we ever? Does that mean we're gonna eventually have to talk about Captain Planet and make jokes and stuff?
How's that? Now, how Captain Planet?
I don't know, because that was during that era where it was still on air somehow, some way.
Look, personally, I'm not saying that we're not the right people to do Captain Planet. Just why? Why?
Because that was the show that was just like, it was the Reading Rainbow guy, guys. Yay! Whoopi Goldberg.
Because Recycle or Ted Turner will kick your fucking ass.
Exactly.
No. Protect the planet, or I'll fucking kill you.
That never gets old.
That does not get old. Captain Planet.
And yet Seth Green and them, I'm pretty sure Ted Turner did do that shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did. He did, man. Threw somebody right out of the air. He threw somebody dead out of window.
This is a man that was bold enough to try to overthrow WWE. He's bold enough to do some shit like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he threw a nigga out the window and did that. No, he showed. Look, for a fact he threw a nigga right out the window. Protect the environment, or I'll fucking kill you.
It was more like he threw people out for less.
Exactly.
He's like, do you like Captain Planet? I mean, it's cool, but I really like that Magic School Bus. It's awesome. Really?
Oh, Magic School Bus, huh? No, wait. CJ should go like this. Magic School Bus, huh? Well, seems like everything is in order. Toss.
No. Actually, no. It was really more like a school bus that teaches our kids a lot of stuff. You know, I was talking about yeet. You just see him swinging out the window with his grabbing a hole in the arm and swinging him right out the window. Irish whipping them right into the window, falling out of the window.
I gotta say, at some point, guys, I'm not making a promise, I'm not saying this, we should really just do a theme episode talking about TBS and Ted Turner shows that came on back in the day, because Jesus Christ, that was an era of just ridiculous shit.
I don't know. I think you have to be from Atlanta or Florida to talk about that shit.
That means we gotta find a follower that grew up in Atlanta during that era.
Oh, easy. We get Shag, but Shag won't say shit about that, man. How dare you talk about Georgia, nigga? Like, you're Georgia. You're down south Maryland. Shut up.
Oh, man. But anyways, yeah, that's it for Beast Wars, and we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Hold on. No. Next month, as you know, everybody, is the end of the month. So, next week, we're back on to Black Action Month. And I have to say, we're finally getting some shit out of our way. We're finally doing it. And I just have to say, I've been trying to fight for one of these movies for quite a while. See, you don't understand how people they don't recognize the greatness that is Carl Weathers. Me and Chris talk about him all the time. We don't really talk about the greatness of Carl Weathers. So we're getting that out the way this month. Basically, we're going to start off really, and we're starting next month with Action Jackson. So,
sir, it's Action Jackson featuring Vanity Titties.
That is great.
You know what? I have a feeling that I can get one of our people, one of our listeners, one of our friends to join us on this other movie that we're doing. It's a classic that no one talk about because it's terrible. We're going to do the Mario Van Peebles epic Solo.
No.
Put me in, coach.
No.
Can I be real about this? It is robots, so of course, Brian's gonna be on his robots.
I'm sorry, just like put me in, coach.
I'm ready to this is unexpected, but I approve. This is unexpected.
Oh my God.
I approve.
He's like, I can do it, coach. Just give me a chance.
All right,
please let me on.
All right, this next show, I cannot confirm that it's going to happen. Only reason why is because we gotta see everything through and see if he can be on. Yada yada yada. We'll find out about that. I'm not going to let you know. It's going to be a surprise. DJ Sue, I'm just letting you know. Me and my wife's godbrother will be sitting down talking about the Bokeem Woodbine epic, Caught Up.
Get ready for overacting and yet some good acting.
To go down. You want to know why? Here's the fun part. Hold on.
No, D, before you say anything, you know for a damn fact that I better be in on this.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to let you know when we're going to record. I got to let you know when we're going to do it. Yeah, because I don't know if he can. And if he can't do it, no, I got to get him on. It's going to be hilarious.
I'm letting y'all do that because I'll probably be more enjoying hearing y'all guys talking shit than me.
But like I said, that one I can't super confirm either. But we're going to see about that. But the one I can confirm is that we talked about it last time. We're going to talk about. I'm always mentioning this until the day it happens. Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. The BAM special that we always do on Valentine's Day. We always do something romantic. The first time we did something romantic, it was Bible Black. It was romantic.
Especially that ending.
Especially that. No, for real. That was a romantic ending. I mean, it was consensual.
Probably the only.
But we're doing one this year. We're doing the beautiful movie that was deep. But when you really think about it, it really wasn't that deep. because all you can think about is that majestic ass, that majestic hairy ass of Mr. Alan Payne. We're doing Jason's lyric,
and also the brief cameo appearance of Forrest Whitaker and his lazy eye.
Yo, did Forrest Whitaker try to get like a Soul Train award for some reason? I have no idea why.
He's an abusive fucking drunk ass husband. It's not.
He was only in the movie for 5 minutes.
Hey, that was 5 minutes of fucking stupendous acting. All right, sir.
Yes, it was.
But anyway, that's gonna go down. And finally, the one I can confirm we're going to do for 3 Black Geeks later on next month will be we're finally slaying this dragon, and we're going to kick off us doing a lot of these Wayans brothers. We're going to do I'm Gonna Get You Sucked.
Yes. Which is what everybody has been asking us to do, and we're finally giving it to them.
We're finally doing it. It took us like 5 years to do it, but we're finally doing it.
So, but yeah, I guess since Prime said put me in, coach, we got Prime for Solo, so that's what we
Oh, God. See you in a couple weeks, Prime.
All right.